Hello, I'm Jolly.
You need to stay at least 2 feet away from... Hi, I'm Tony.
And this is Table Ready. So today on Table Ready, we have a new game that we're going to show off. It's called Bloodfields, and it's by Titan Forge. The interesting thing about this game is that it is print and play for the most part, but terrain and everything is kind of whatever you want it to be, is pretty much a fantasy setting. Tony, you've been looking into this game a little bit after I prompted you to.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your initial thoughts on the game.
So Bloodfields, like you said, is by Titan Forge. And Titan Forge, they're a company that makes and models miniatures out of resin that you can 3D print yourself if you have those. And so because of that, there are lots of factions and styles to this game.
Tons of factions.
If you have a niche aesthetic, they probably have an army for you. We'll show them off in a little bit, but I'm playing Japanese yokai. You're playing...
I'm playing more traditional orcs. They're called Blackland Orcs, but they're basically your standard barbarian orcs.
Big old brutes. And then they have everything else from vampire hunters to Egyptian undead to swamp mushroom people.
To beast people who, like, and when I say beast people, I don't mean like Warhammer, Fantasy, or Age of Sigmar beast people. I'm talking about like you have a bunny character, you have a warthog character. It's more like your fantasy, more like your Disney Robin Hood is more kind of what they're like. The one where Robin Hood was anthropomorphic, but the one where Robin Hood was a fox, that's more what these guys are like. But just all kinds of different themes and stuff.
Gnomes, dwarves, etc. So yeah, if you have something that you like, they probably make it. The other nice thing is that this is skirmish.
Yep.
So we're going to have just a few individual models on the table instead of a whole army. So we've got, as you can see in front of us, this is Jolly's side. He has 4 models.
I have 4 models, so we're playing slightly smaller than what a standard size game would be, just to make sure we got enough time to get through it today. Normally it's 200 points. We're playing 150, so as you can see, we're 3/4 of the way there. A 200-point army of what I have here would be 6 models. Tony, you'd probably have, what, 2 more models also, something like that?
3 more models.
3 more models. So it's not very many models depending on what you're going on. And like I said, the great thing about this is Titan Forge, you could buy your STLs and print them out yourself. It's tough to get their physical models in the United States because they are a Polish company. You can't order from them. You then have to wait, of course, the shipping time and everything.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is, while you're waiting for those, if you've ordered them or if you bought the STLs and you're printing them out, you can prepare any type of terrain you want. And today we're using Battle Systems terrain, just something that's really simple to put together. I was able to put together all this in far less than a day. And this is something that you can just buy at a local game store.
Such as the Guardtower. We'd like to thank Guardtower for sponsoring all of our episodes so far. And so if you're looking and you're in the Columbus area, you want a local game store, you can check out the Guardtower here. We have 2 locations, and we also have an online store. So in case you want those sweet, sweet prices for your sweet, sweet modeling and gaming and card and whatever you want, check us out. We're glad to have you.
Yep. So what we've got going on today, like I said, is a small skirmish version, kind of a demo of this game. This is Tony's first time playing this game. This is my 3rd time playing it. I love the game. I fell in love with it after I saw the models. Last year at Gen Con, I saw the models, bought some starters for them, bought some STLs after I got some 3D printers. Actually, everything that Tony has today, I printed out myself. And we're going to roll with it. We are probably going to have a few rules wrong, so chat, correct us if there's anything big in the rules that you realize, or when the recording goes up, leave us a comment saying what rules we messed up, because this is a game I'm interested in continuing to play, and since Tony's put some time into playing them, I'm assuming I could get him to play again some more too.
I really enjoy the models. So speaking of, why don't we give our army introductions here? We don't have any B-roll today, so we're just going to kind of pick up and show off models and talk about them a little bit.
Tony, I'm going to go first because my models, I have had a tough time figuring out how to paint these models, which you know, hint, hint, wink, wink, if we had a weekly painting show, it would be sweet that I could watch this. And I've actually, this is my second attempt at painting them, and I didn't get all the way through, and I'm not too happy with this either. I'm going to explain why I'm introducing them. So we got this camera over here. I'm just putting my hand in front of it so I can realize which camera we have, and I'm going to introduce what I've got today. So the very first model I have, his name is Broga. Let me
see if I can find.
Let me see if I know how to use a camera. And I don't. All right, so this is Broga. I don't have any idea how to focus this camera, Clay. I need assistance.
Use this as a background for Broga.
Okay. So if I'm focusing, we got autofocus right there. So we got Broga here. Broga, as you can see, the paint jobs are all dark on these because I tried, the first time through, I tried doing a traditional base and layering, which I found out I am not good at all. Second time, this time I tried a slap chop, which I don't think slap chop works very well with these models. I tried it because it worked well with the Relic Blade models because it gives them kind of like a sketched hand-drawn look. With these ones, I'm not liking it as much. So I think I'm just going to go to a Wraithbone base and contrast because I want them to pop more. But this is Broga. This one here is Balderan, who is my spellcaster. The next one is Shuvar. As you can see, their names aren't very orky, but they are orcs. This is Shuvar. He is a bard orc.
And Bork, you might say?
A Bork. And then last is kind of like my traditional war leader. He is Krasha. And he, of course, is a big bully in melee. So that's what I've got going on. Before I pass it off to you, Tony, I do want to show off a couple other things real quick. So just in case you're wondering what these models look like 3D printed, we've got, this is one that's fully 3D printed. It is just a standard orc minion, but this was 3D printed out by me. So as you can see, pretty nice looking model. And they prime up really well too. I was surprised when I primed them up and everything. Well, not surprised. I was happy when I primed them up because
you're also brand new to 3D printing.
I am also very new to 3D printing, so I still have some hesitations as it comes to stuff. But they prime up very well. They clean up very well. The supports that Titan Forge puts on them, if you use the pre-supported, fantastic. And the other thing I wanted to show off real quick, I'm showing off this orc, which I've had before on here. This is one of my bone splitters. As you can see, this is more of what I'm going to try next with them, with just the white prime, because this pops a little bit more. Still looks a little dark, but this pops more than what we have. So that's what I'm going to try. I just wanted to show off a couple examples of some things. Tony.
Yeah, all right. So I am doing the Mythborn Yokai faction. As I said, they are based off of the Japanese yokai mythology type thing. So first off, my minions are called Kappas. And I painted up 4 of them, but I'm only using 2 in the game. So I'm gonna put them in my hand and then we'll get the contrast here. So I painted up my Kappas. If you're familiar with Mario, I actually painted them up like the Koopas.
I'll let you have that.
So I'm terrible at getting things to focus. So we are technical, hold on. Our producer's
coming out. Because we are failing at camera.
There we go. When they're not falling over. So I got 4 Kappas, which are basically turtle people. This is wonderful. Maybe we should go to the other camera.
The one that's already ready?
You show them off.
I will show them off. So what you did is you modeled the painting of these after the
you're going to
Koopas.
have to wait for a second for Clay to get... Yes, I modeled them after the Koopa brothers from Super Mario. So that's why they look a little bit wacky with their color scheme. Because I just wanted to have some fun with them. Ta-da! There we go. So each of them is a different colored shell. They have some different weapons. They're not quite done yet. The bases are temporary bases because I have something else I want to do with them. And they're lacking some finishing touches, but I have been painting for 2 weeks straight on this army.
And you're running 2 of these tonight, correct?
I'm only running 2 in my list, yep. So we'll be going the Ice Bro and the Hammer Bro, if you're familiar. All right, next up, I have a Tanuki.
Well, so kind of still in that loosely Mario theme then if you got a Tanuki going.
Well, Mario is very loosely a Japanese yokai.
Uh-huh. I guess that's true.
He's a little dark on screen. We'll see about getting some better images or pictures or something. It's a tiny little ninja raccoon.
Tiny little ninja raccoon.
Yep, he's going to be darting around. He's going to be applying silence to things.
Well, that sounds terrible.
I have Otahime Hariti, basically your wailing ghost. She is being dragged down to the mortal realm with that little token stone. Not sure what to call it. But yeah, that's Otahime. It's one of my 2 spellcasters. My other spellcaster is Horimizu, is my Koi Rider. This one is what I have spent a lot of time on recently, as you can probably see. Yeah, so she flies around on a koi, casting spells, having a grand old time. She's my support unit, if you will. Pretty good at being supportive. She also might cause a tsunami across the entire board.
That sounds fantastic. I was about to say, I have no idea what your army does, so.
And then the leader of my yokai is this blue Oni. This is the first one I painted up, and he's got a lot going on, don't he?
Mm-hmm. Good job rhyming. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Oni is my big old smasher. He's going to go in and he's just going to wreck things.
He's going to come over and challenge my guy, right? Oh, these 2, Broga and the other. All right, so that's what we've got. We got 6 versus 4. We're doing a...
Before we go on to that.
Okay, yeah, I just explain that because I don't even know what's going on with that.
Each of the factions has a quote-unquote difficulty level, complexity, if you will. And knowing me, of course, I unknowingly chose one of the more complex ones. So my entire faction uses a coin, the yin-yang coin. I just have a quarter here to represent it. And so depending on the round we're in, it's either going to be a yin round or a yang round. And some of my people have extra abilities if it's a yin round or a yang round. And then once per game, I can trigger an ultimate yin and yang round. And all the abilities happen.
All right.
So I'm starting the game in yin.
Okay, starting the game in yin. My bonuses are pretty straightforward, normal orc abilities. If you choose your entire faction if you choose your entire force in faction, you get what's called line bonus, which is really nice in this game. You get extra inspiration, which is kind of how you do bonus things or better your die rolls. Yep. And you also typically get something else. Orcs basically get a charge bonus as their line bonus. So pretty standard for orcs, and you get the...
My line bonus is the ultimate yin-yang round. Otherwise, it's just yin or yang.
Okay.
And then during that, normally if it's during a yin round, when a yokai is destroyed, all other units in 3 inches receive a damage. In yang, when a yokai is destroyed, all other units in 3 inches restore 1 HP.
Okay. So then... Today,
and the yin-yang both apply.
And the yin-yang both apply during the ultimate yin-yang round.
I will heal myself and hurt you.
That sounds fantastic. So what we've got going on today on the board is we're just doing a simple kind of control objectives. So we've got 2 objectives on the board. We have a boat and a cart. We're just saying that those are the important things we're fighting over because spirits maybe have some sort of attachment to one of these items and the orcs just like them because they're stuff that they maybe are just fond of. So we're going to fight over those. The way we're going to do it is within 1 inch you'll control it. Normally this, just to clarify, normally this game uses a different scoring system with blood points, but we're not going to do that today just to keep things simple. So if you're within 1 inch of one of the objectives, if you have more models within 1 inch of it, we'll say, at the end of a round you will score a point. We'll go either until, we'll say, let's try 5 rounds. We're kind of spitballing this a little bit just to see what fits on air. So we're going to go 5 rounds. At the end of 5 rounds, whoever has the most wins. unless you get completely wiped. Then we'll just call it at that.
So think of this as a tutorial/demo game. This isn't a full game. This isn't what you're going to be experiencing if you play Bloodfields. This is us showing you the flavor of it. In the future, we'll play a full game.
In the future, after we've got the better hang of it and everything, we will show it off. One more thing I want to mention real quick. It uses specialized dice. We don't have those specialized dice today. We do have some printed out, but here, roll them real quick, Tony, so people can see they are ones that are printed out, which...
They're not inked.
You're not inked. I haven't figured out how to ink them well yet. My first attempt at inking some printed out dice did not go so well. So what we are going to do instead is we are going to roll normal dice, because they have something that equates normal dice to their two different types of dice.
I think I'm still going to roll these and we can just tell them what I roll.
Okay, that's fine, either way. But there are two different types of dice. There's defense dice and there's offense dice. You can use normal D6 for them. In their rules, they equate them to what the different numbers are for each one. Or you could order them online or print them if you are better at 3D printing than I am. Or inking, I guess, in this case. I am planning on trying to create some more dice, so next time we'll hopefully have some readable dice for this game. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so one more thing real quick. Since we are running a demo version of this, we want people to love it. We want people to buy terrain to make amazing looking boards. But
we're low-key trying to start a community of this at Guardtower,
we're low-key trying to start a community of this at Guardtower. So what I'm trying to say is I'm going to be giving away some stuff because I have these 3D printers where I went. This time what we're going to do is it's all going to be completely based off of the video. So you don't have to worry about anything you're reviewing tonight, but just check out the video when it posts tomorrow. On Guard, what's the...
I'm joking on live. The YouTube channel is Guardtower Games, the same exact name as you find here on Twitch.
And what we're going to do is at the end of this, I'm going to explain how it goes, but what it'll be is you're just going to like, comment, subscribe. If you've already subscribed, you just like and comment. And what we're going to do is, since I want this game to build up some in the United States, considering it's largely, as far as I understand, popular in Europe and Poland, is I'm going to give away 2 starter factions.
Ooh.
And the way we're going to do it is I don't have 2 set. I've got access to several different factions as I can print out. So here in 2 weeks, when the winner is decided, we'll give everybody 2 weeks on this one. I will talk with the winner. We'll decide what you want. I'll print it out and send it to you. So it's going to be a little bit of a wait to whoever the winner is, because I'll need about 2 weeks to print it out and send it. The same as last time. The downside is that United States only because of shipping costs. But maybe in the future, if this show takes off, we'll be able to switch that. But now, let's jump into the game, Tony.
Yes. We have initiative. In this game, you have an initiative token. And whoever has the initiative token decides who goes first. If you pick yourself, you have to pass the initiative token. If you choose your opponent, you get to keep the initiative token. So we will say, I don't know.
Do a quick roll-off for who has the initiative token.
Quick roll-off. And then we'll have Red Koopa Bro be in the initiative token.
Red Koopa Bro will be initiative token. Sounds good. All right. So Tony's rolling first with a 2. I'm rolling second with a 6. So
you have the Red Koopa Bro.
You know what? You have the Red Koopa Bro.
I have the Red Koopa Bro because you're taking initiative.
If I take it, I give it away. If I give it away, okay. No, you keep it.
I'm going first.
We're at the very beginning. I'm going to let you go first.
So you keep it.
So I'm keeping it. Yep.
Okay. Alrighty, so when you activate a unit, it gets 2 actions.
Oh, we forgot one thing.
Yes.
Inspiration.
Inspiration.
Big part of this game that I really like is it's got a bit of a resource management to it. It is the inspiration that we showed earlier. You typically generate 1 for each model you will have, except for what's considered support units. The Kappa are considered the support units for Tony. So both of them together, or up to 4, if he can take up to 4 of them, will generate 1 inspiration altogether. Since we have line bonuses, since we all took everything from the same faction, his force is one faction, my force is one faction, we get an additional inspiration. These will basically modify dice rolls or let us do extra abilities that the characters have. So we assign those to them at the beginning. Tony, you generate 6?
Yes, I generate 6.
1 for each of your unique figures, 1 for both of the 1 for the Kappas together, and then 1 for line bonus. I generate 5. Same thing, because I don't have any support units that I'm running in mine. What I'm going to do is assign them like so. 1, 2, 1, 1. And now, Tony, it's your go.
All right, so when you take a turn, it goes alternating activation. I'll choose a unit, he'll choose a unit. You get 2 actions. Actions can be a move. Actions can be a charge, which is a move and then an attack if you make the charge test. It can be attack. It can be an ability. It can be a whole bunch of things. So we're all the way across the board here, and not much is happening. So I am going to activate Otahime. Otahime has a movement value of 4, meaning she can travel 4 inches. I'm using my iPad for my units.
So while you're moving that, the interesting thing about this game is that one thing a lot of skirmish games have difficulty with is balancing out move speeds. This game does an interesting thing where everybody generally has between a 3 and maybe 6 move speed, and abilities that you use during your turn can give you extra movement. So you're spending that inspiration or your chance to do abilities to gain extra movement if you have a high movement model. That's how it's represented. I like that a lot because it keeps something from just, without having to put anything extra into it, you can just run around the board.
Exactly. So I've moved Otahime up once, and then we're going to move her twice. So she's going to go right over here.
Okay.
Bless you.
Woo! Sorry, everybody. That might have been loud. Just to clarify, what we're doing is the rivers are going to be extremely difficult charges. There's different categories of charge. There's an easy charge, there's a difficult charge, and there's like, I'm not sure if I'm saying it exactly.
Very hard charge.
Very hard charge. The rivers are going to be a very hard charge.
Rivers are a hard charge. Very hard is if the rules specifically state.
Okay.
It's very hard.
So rivers are a hard charge, and otherwise we're not having them impact movement. We put a couple of these bridgeways across because that'll let you charge if you can get the charge off across them without that very hard. We figured it would just be the best way to proceed with the game.
Yep.
All right, so you've done 2 moves? Mm-hmm. All right, so next I'm going to activate. I think I'm going to take, I'm going to take Balduran, my shaman right here, and I'm going to do a move action with him to get him up here. And we're going to see something. He is now within 12 inches of, what's her name again?
Otahime.
Otahime. And I'm going to show everybody a magic action because I love the magic in this game. I think the magic in this game is pretty fun. The way it works is when you take a magic action, you can cast up to 2 spells. Typically, you can only cast a particular spell once from your list. All casters will have their own spell list, and you could also spend points to get generic spell schools, which we didn't take any generic spell schools today. So Balduran is doing a magic action as his second action. One of his spells he has is called Cast Blast. It's a range of 12, which I just measured. I have the range. And it's spend any number of inspiration to gain +1 die for each. So I'm going to spend both of my inspiration to gain +2 dice on this attack. The way that works, it starts with 5 dice, so it's going to go up to 6, 7 dice. And I've got to try to get hits. First,
Pass your magic test.
I've got to pass my magic test. I have a caster level basically of 4, so magic ability of 4, and this is a difficulty of 7.
So you need to roll a 3 up.
3 up on 1 die. Got it, just barely. So it goes off. So now I get my attack dice. The way it'll work is this one, it's treated as a range attack. So when magic goes off, it's typically either considered something unique, a melee attack, or range attack. And your range attack stat or your melee attack stat will determine how well you hit with it. I have a range attack of 4, which means that skulls normally will hit, or I can change 1 inspiration to a hit. Now the reason I might have not spent both the inspiration, which I probably shouldn't have, is I could spend 1 to change all inspiration sides of a dice to hits, but we're just going to go off of pure numbers.
And in this case, since it's a ranged attack, I do have cover because you cannot draw line to me without passing through some terrain of some kind.
Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our roll to hit. So
How many dice do you roll?
7.
7?
Yep.
Okay, well, I only have 5 of the specials.
5 of the specials.
So why don't you use your
Going to use
regular dice?
Regular dice.
So 6s are hits.
6s, we'll call 6s the skull. And let's see. The thing
2 sides are the swords.
2 sides are swords.
5-4.
5-4. Okay.
3, 2 are inspirations.
Or inspiration.
1 is a miss.
1 is a miss. Okay. So 3 mastery. Okay. So the way it works is I was a little wrong. It's not the inspiration automatically. It's the mastery that automatically I'll convert 1 to, which are the swords. So 6 is hit. I can turn 1, 4, or 5 into a hit with how we're doing. And everything else is a miss because I don't have any inspiration to convert anything else. So not very good, but as per normal, pretty fire with some of my hits. So 4, 5, these are all going to be misses.
And this one will convert
That
because
one
you
will
have a
convert
mastery.
because I have a mastery of 4. Mastery is a 4. Typically convert 1 to a hit. So I have 4 hits, which means you will roll 4 defense dice.
All right, 4 defense dice. Because I'm in cover, all of my inspirations will automatically become deflects.
Okay.
And Otahime has a defense, has no defense. So that's it for that. During Yin, Hariti receives 0 damage from non-magic attacks.
Okay, so this is a magic
This
attack.
is a magic attack.
So.
You did exactly what I didn't want you to do.
And I didn't even know that was a thing.
All right, so I've got that's nothing, that's nothing. These 2 are inspirations, and they will automatically convert.
So to let you know what the nothing is, it's tough to see, but that's a shield. You have to have armor value for the shields to do anything. If you have armor values, you can convert as many shields to a save as you have armor value. She has 0. That's a blank. Those are 2 inspiration, which she is benefiting from because of the cover. But even if you didn't have cover, you could spend that inspiration to turn both of those into saves.
Exactly.
Which is a good reason to sometimes save inspiration, because it could really save you. So you take 2 damage, you have 3 total.
Yes.
So I almost got you, not quite. And that's it. Balderan moved. Spellcast. I guess I could do 1 more spell because you can do 2 spells. I gotta see what his other one. Rust. Target enemy within 8 inches cannot charge. Cannot change armor results to, but nobody's within 8 inches. So that's going to be the only spell I cast then with him. So Tony, back to you.
Okay.
First blood of the game.
Do you have any other spellcasters?
I do not have. Well, I have. He has magic weapon.
He has magic weapon.
He has magic weapon. My bard does, but nobody. These are purely melee beaters with no way, as far as I know, to get magic attacks. Yeah, as far as I see, they don't have any way to get magic attacks.
So during Yin, Kappas have a range of 18 inches. Otherwise, it's 12 inches. And you can melee attack twice, right?
Yeah.
Or you can attack, I should say.
Yep, range attacks and melee attacks you could do twice. There's a few things you can only do once. Charge, you could only do a charge action once, unless you have a special rule. You can only do magic action once, even though 1 magic action is 2 spells. They have some things that are limited, some things that aren't.
Kappas are fun in that they are slow, like turtles be, and they can only move once per turn. So I'm going to move them both up.
Okay, but they have a range attack then?
But they both have a range attack of 18 inches this round.
Okay.
So they're both going to be laying into...
Well, if you want to know armor values, armor value 1, armor value 0, but 7 hit points and 5 hit points. And Broga can heal or gain inspiration. If he takes 3 or more damage in a single attack, he gains 1 inspiration.
Because he's a beast.
Because he's a beast.
Oni is also a beast.
Yep. And they both have 1 inspiration on them, so they can help out with some defense attacks, with some defense rolls.
Okay, so each of their attacks is 2 dice, doing 1 damage.
Okay.
We're going to start laying into your...
My kind of war chief leader.
Not Broga.
Ya Krasha.
Yes. All right, so first attack
Start late in the ya.
is, I have a mastery of 3, so these don't convert at all.
So neither one of those convert. Because the way Mastery 3 is just basically your one side to hit. We've already explained Mastery 4. Mastery 5 is awesome because it converts all of your swords into hits.
Yeah. So second attack, nothing.
Nothing. So as you can see, and these are what, 10 points each?
Yeah.
So they're cheaper. The fact that they didn't do anything with those isn't a huge deal because they're kind of just support, like what you said. They do stuff, that's cool. They don't do stuff, you use and just kind of manipulate the board some.
Their only attack is a short bow, but their models are with clubs.
That's weird.
That is weird. On my sheet, they have a bow.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
We'll have to see if maybe there's a bow one I missed, but those were the only kappas I saw in the files. But we'll see. All right, so back to me then. So not Broga, Balderan has gone, and I've got everybody else still going. Let's go ahead and start moving up some of my big hitters here, because I don't know what I want to do with him yet. I kind of want to see. Do you have anybody else that's immune to everything except for magical attacks?
No.
Nope, just her?
Yep, just Otahime.
Okay, just Otahime. Friendship tape measure, thank you. So we're going to just go ahead and go with Broga next. Broga's got a movement of 4, and I don't think we're going to be able to get close enough to do anything, including attempt a reasonable charge this turn because of the waterways here. So he is going to move forward here, just to start getting closer to things. And he has some special abilities. So all of the characters in this game have a decent amount of special abilities to them, minus maybe the support. But Broga has a couple of attacks that are pretty awesome. One that heals himself, one that's just simple and does a decent amount of damage. He's got a frenzy, which ups a bunch of his stats, and he's got an armor break, which means that the enemy can't change armor, basically use their armor. He doesn't have much else, and you've already gone with 2, so I'm going to go ahead and move him up again and keep his inspiration on him. So we're going to move Broga to over here. We're going to keep his inspiration on him so that way he can save from a big hit that's probably going to come in at some point. And that's all he's going to do.
Okay.
And I'm going to use these. I don't know what these are, but I'm going to use those as my activation tokens, just so if we get into things I can remember who I've activated. He really wants that Ani to come up. We want the clash of the big bases going on.
Well, I think that's what's going to happen.
Yes!
So the Oni is going right here.
Going to do a charge?
And then we're going to charge straight at you here. So I need to roll a 1 to make that charge.
Okay.
So how a charge works is you roll 2 dice. On a normal charge, you choose the higher result.
Yep.
On a hard charge, you choose the lower result. So I need a 1.
You need a 1, so you technically can't fail.
2 1s is an automatic failure,
Okay,
though.
so we'll see. 1/36 chance of auto fail. Nope, no auto fail. So move on in. So this is second action, but as part of a charge, you get an attack.
Yes, I want to see if there's... you don't have any shields, correct?
I don't have any shields, no. I've got an inspiration, and I've got an armor value of nothing. So can't do that, but I can heal. If I roll a deflect result in a defense, I restore 1 HP, but that won't matter because I don't have any damage on me yet.
Yep. All right, so I've gone up. I've met you in battle. What was this token?
That was what I was using as activation.
Oh, okay. I see. So I'm going to spend 1 inspiration.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my crush attack with my club.
Do it! Bring it!
I forget what the actual term for that weapon is, so I'm going to call it a club. On this one, it is armor penetration. You have no armor.
No armor.
4 dice, 2 damage per unblocked hit.
All right, make sure you're grabbing the offensive
1,
dice.
2, 3, 4. All right.
All right, so 4 dice. And what's your mastery?
My mastery is 4, so 1 will convert
1 will convert.
automatically.
So 6s and then 1, 4, or 5, but you do have an inspiration on you.
Yes. And then Oni has Hope Crusher. After Oni deals damage to an enemy, that enemy loses all inspiration.
So basically, go ahead and use this 1 inspiration to...
So I really
do my
want to
save.
try and throw my Oni at people who haven't activated. Mm-hmm. Because you're going to use it.
Defensively, because what else am I going to use it for? Because it clears at the end of the round anyway. But yep.
All right, so I've got 1
skull, which is an auto hit.
2 inspirations, and 1 mastery, which will auto convert.
Yep.
And then I'm going to spend my second inspiration.
To convert those 2 inspirations into hits.
Yep, so
Okay.
4 hits.
So 4 hits. Now you have 4 defense dice. Mind if I borrow those?
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. So basically, a deflect, which is a 1 out of 6 chance, is my only natural thing. But if there's 2 inspiration on here and I have an inspiration, which I'm going to end up spending it or losing it. So if I don't roll inspiration, I guess I don't spend it. But otherwise, it's getting spent. And each one of these hits is going to be 2 damage.
2 damage.
All right.
This is a crush.
I'll still survive even... Oh, no. I need to pass at least one of them. I have 7 hit points. So let's see. I have got... Inspiration, 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 shield, which doesn't do anything because I don't have an armor value. We're going to spend my inspiration to make these 3 successes.
Sounds good.
So I take 2 damage total on Broga. And I lose all inspiration.
Oh no, you didn't have
Oh
any.
no, I lost my spent inspiration.
And that is the Oni's turn.
All right, this is a lot different than normal. So this game, we've got blood happening first round, which we struggled to do with a lot of games sometimes. Now, granted, we're playing on a slightly smaller board, so we got into the action quicker, but really, this is about as quick as you normally get into the action in a game of
Yeah,
Bloodfields.
absolutely.
So this isn't, even though we're playing on a smaller board or smaller forces, this is about the pace that the game goes at. This is pretty much what it was the couple games I've played before this. All right, so I have 2 people left to activate. I have him and him, so I have Krasha, who's going next because I want to see what I can do to that Oni. And my Bard, friendship tape measure. All right, so Krasha, he has a movement of 4, and he can reroll any number of dice in his every attack and defense. He's 43 points, which is a lot of points in this game. And he has, so we're just going to start with that. He's going to move up 4. And then he's going to charge at the Oni, which I need. And you add it to your movement, correct, Tony? Just double check your roll.
What, your charge?
Yeah.
Your so because this will be a hard charge because you're going through the water.
So I'm going through the water.
You'll take the lower result of the 2 that you roll, and you add that to your foot speed.
All right, so what I need to do is I have a movement of 4. I am a little over 5 inches away. I will need a 2 or better. So... in order to get in there. So let's see. I need one of these to not be a 1.
Any ones will auto-fail.
There we go.
There we go.
So I made it with a, and those are tough to see. I just realized with a 4 into 6 because of that angle. So I get in there.
We'll figure out our dice cam eventually.
But is going after the Oni, and I'm just going to do a smash attack. I think after every attack against he gains 1 inspiration, so he's born to fight. I can challenge somebody to come closer to me. We don't need to do that. Until the end of the round, all allies within 6 inches of me have +1 die in smash attacks. Don't need to do that either because Brog is already gone. So we're just doing a straight up smash attack, and we might save this inspiration either for defense or to hits. Now he is a combat mastery of 5. So all of those 5s, 4s, and 5s will automatically switch to hits. I'm going to use normal dice again. Actually, if we can't see these dice, I might as well use the attack dice, right?
How many hits? Or how many dice?
Dice is going to be 3, 4, because I get +1 for every enemy within 2 inches, and I only have 1 within 2 inches. So 4 dice is what I'm rolling. Basically, I have a 50-50 chance of hitting with each one, and I've got an inspiration to help out if I need that. So we've got a skull, which is a hit.
4 hits.
We've got
all of them. If you spend your inspiration, those 2 convert. You've got 1 mastery, which converts.
And you've only got these 2 left.
Yes.
So I'm not too concerned with getting super one-shotted this turn. So we are going to spend that for 4 hits. It is just 1 damage per hit.
All right. 4 defense. I've got no armor. I've got no inspiration. And that is all misses. So 4 damage going through.
4 damage going through. Okay. Yeah. And that was...
Yikes.
Yaz. As you can see, Bloodfields is bloody. You'll get to points. There are some models that the more we play, The more we'll figure out, there will be some models you'll put at the point. I didn't take my kind of point guy, big armored guy that whenever you do no damage, he gets inspiration. So he continues to just tank it up like crazy.
I do receive an inspiration because my
you're a beast.
beast Oni took 3 or more damage.
Yep, so you have an inspiration that probably won't get used this turn because I don't think I have anybody else that's going to be able to attack you. But it's a beast thing. So how many hit points does Oni have left?
2 left.
2 left. Okay. That's all that Krashaw's doing because he moved and he got a charge, and part of his charge was a melee attack, smash attack. So it's back to you, Tony.
Okay, remind me how conditions work in this game. When do conditions go away?
When do typically? Oh, that's a good question. Conditions.
Towards the back, I know.
Terrain, war machines, erase shot items, printable.
See who can find it.
See who can find it. Conditions.
Ha! Scrolling.
Oh, that's right. I have everything double-sided. Helps if I look at the other side of the rules that I printed out for this stuff.
Alrighty.
Did you find it?
Conditions.
As long as the unit has a token with a status effect, apply the status effect to the unit at the beginning of the unit's turn. Remove all tokens with status from a unit. When a status is removed this way, the status effect keeps applying to the unit until the unit...
Okay, so the status will essentially happen until the end of your next turn.
Yep.
Okay, cool. That being said, my Tanuki friend here is pretty freaking cool.
He's the one that silences, right?
Yes, he does. He's nocturnal. He gets +2 movement during Yin. And silenced enemies cannot target Tanuki with charges, abilities, spells, or ranged attacks.
So can't do much unless they just walk up and beat on him.
Yeah. So I've got a movement of 6.
Because it is Yin.
Because it is Yin. So we're going to sprint forward here.
All right. So he's just on the other side of the building here now.
And then I'm going to spend my inspiration to take free action of...
It's called shh.
It's called shh. And I'm going to silence your spellcaster.
Okay, and it's just an automatic silence.
It's just an automatic
Okay,
silence.
I've got it. I should have a silence over here. Yep. Tape over mouth. Silence. So I won't be able to target you with anything? Or silences? I probably can't do much.
So silence means you can't spellcast.
I can't spellcast. Well, that's...
And then Tanuki has the ability... silenced enemies cannot target Tanuki with charges, abilities, spells, and ranged attacks.
Okay.
Okay, let's double check that silence does what it does. Silence.
That would make sense.
Non-stackable status effect. A unit cannot use the magic action. All units' abilities have +1 inspire cost.
Okay, so it even helps out against non-magic action units by making their things cost more. Okay.
So my librarian Tanuki is going to be darting all around the field going... Shh.
Yep.
I've also got the attack Silent Blade. It is critical strike on damage, apply silence.
Okay.
And then after the attack, I move 4, can leave combat.
Nice.
Yes. So that's fun. So I'm going to, let's see here. We're doing scoring after round 2, right?
Yeah, we'll give everybody a chance to move in.
So I'm going to double move Tanuk right there. All right, little raccoon guys coming out the bat. That action that's pretty cool. I like that. And it's free and it's not unique, so I can do that as many inspirations as I have.
Yep. Because it's doesn't have the little...
It's not a star, it's just a lightning.
Nice. Yep, so just 1 inspiration to do it. Not bad at all. All right, is that it for him? Double move and a shh.
Double move and a
shh. All right, so I have one more person to go. I have my bard, Shuvar. Allies in 12 inches of Shuvar can use his inspiration when making a smash attack. So I can load him up with inspiration. I'm not sure who I want to use it on for smash attacks. And all of my orcs' normal attacks are called a smash attack. So other than that, He has a magic weapon, runic sword, which it also silences and can steal an inspiration. And it's the magical sword and tribal one. So let's see about getting him in there. He's got a movement of 4. We're gonna move straight up to here, and that is so far. I would have to roll double 6s to get that charge off because of the waterway. So probably not going to do a charge this turn. Another target ally within 8 inches gains smash attack action, not within 8 inches of Broga. But it is, you know what? That'll work. We're going to move him up to here. Another movement. Puts him within 8 of Broga.
Does he need line of sight?
Doesn't say line of sight.
Okay.
Chant for Smasha. Another target ally in 8 inches gains a smash attack action. It does cost me my inspiration, and it is I can only do this once. So we're going to do that. And chant for Smasha. He's going to have Broga do a smash attack on the Oni. Broga's smash attack is 2 dice at 2 damage each. So just 2 dice. I only hit on 6s because Broga has a melee master of 3 because I haven't buffed him with his own inspiration. So only 6s hit. Nope, no hits.
Wonderful.
Oh, wow, worth a try. And that's it for my guys.
Okay, last up, I've got Horimizu, my Koi Rider. Hori is going to swim through the air for an inspiration as a free action and unique. Fly 6 inches. During Yang, she could fly 12. So fly means I can ignore everything, which I think she could have ignored it anyways, but her foot speed is only 4.
It makes sense that she flies. Otherwise, that fish, I don't think, would be a very good mount.
So she's going to fly over here. And I want to put her... now see, I can't... Cover is applied if they're in combat. So if I'm here, you're 2 inches away.
Yep, looks like it.
You're 2 inches away. So that'll be fine. And then I'm 1 inch from that piece of terrain there. So my second action is going to be a magic action.
Okay.
First one is going to be a bubble beam, AoE 2 inches.
So both of my guys can possibly get
Both
hit
of your
by
guys. AoEs are actually technically melee in this game, I believe.
It all depends on if it says range or not. I think AoEs typically are melee. So, because it's normally something that just happens around you. So,
yeah, it doesn't have...
Yep, so I think it's if we're wrong, let us know. But I think it's a melee attack if it doesn't say it's range.
All right, so Bubble Beam will be 3 dice, 2 damage per unblocked hit. So we'll start with 1 and then go to 2.
Okay, so we're starting with Yaw.
Yaw!
Yaw!
I have a magic mastery of 5.
All right, so what do you need to roll?
All of my, so 4, 5s, and 6s are automatically.
Well, I was mean more so for the magic test.
Oh, magic test. I do need to do a magic test. I need to roll a 9, so I...
A 4 or better.
4 or better.
Got it.
4 or better. All right, here we go. During the first guy, 3 dice. Those are 2 inspirations. So I'm going to spend 1 of her inspirations.
To make 2 hits, because the other one's a blank. So 2 inspirations and 1 hit. So 2 hits, and... Here. Yeah. And I have an armor value of 1 on him. So 1 armor can save. Other than that, it's just deflex are the only thing, because I have no inspiration on him. So I got an armor and a blank. So I take 1 hit.
2 damage.
2 damage. So I take 2 damage. He's got 3 left.
And now for Bruga.
For the Bruga.
We've got a hit and a mastery, so that's 2 hits and a blank.
2 hits and a blank. So same thing. Broga, however, has no armor. So I have got to roll just deflex with him. 2 deflex. So 2 deflex. So Broga takes nothing. Broga does not care about your magic fish woman.
Okay. Second spell is going to be a tsunami. Range is 48 inches.
So you got a couple people within range.
Critical strike. So all 6s or all skulls are automatic damage.
Okay.
And attack all enemies that are not in terrain.
That are not in terrain. So in terrain, does that count as in terrain?
I don't think it counts as in terrain.
Because
we said that this
right?
is unimpeded movement.
Unimpeded movement. So he's in terrain.
Yes.
They're not. Okay, so I've got 3 people not in terrain. What's the magic test you have to pass on this one?
10.
So you need a 5 or better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No.
Nope.
Okay, so that one doesn't go off.
Tsunami doesn't go
We
off.
don't get to see Tsunami. That makes sense. So there are some really awesome spells you could just see, as you just saw, but sometimes they're difficult to pull off.
Yep. And that is it for Horimizu.
Which I believe that's it for the round, right?
That is it for the round.
That's it for the round. So all inspiration and any activation tokens come off. Status effects will basically stay. I think it's probably best that we just pull status effects off at the end of a unit's turn so remember about them, because we pull them off at the beginning. And we are going to go to round 2, which is our first scoring round. Okay, what we're going to do, since we just got through first round, you kind of have a flavor of this. We're going to take a short break, 5 minutes, come back at 8 o'clock. We're going to check out chat so that we can see if there's any questions or anything. And we're going to continue this. And things are going to get really, really bloody, really, really fast now. So we'll be back in 5 minutes. This is Jolly.
This is Tony.
And this is Table Ready. See you soon.
And I said 2 feet away, Jolly, at all times.
Yeah, well, sometimes maybe that means you've got to back up, Tony. There we go. See? All right, see you soon.
26 inches.
26, that's more than 2 feet, Tony.
That's right. So the circumference of my head got... hi, I'm Tony.
And this is Table Ready. So, back to the game at hand. We were playing Bloodfields. We just finished our first round where we kind of did walkthroughs and exploration of everything. And now we're going to continue. And things, as you can see from the state of the board, things are really close and personal, and they're going to get bloody soon. So this field is going to be blood. So once again, if you are interested in any of this, please like, follow, subscribe, whatever it is that Twitch or if you're watching on YouTube allows, help us cheat the algorithm. And also check out Guardtower Games because they are a sponsor store that lets us do a bunch of this content.
Yeah. All right, back into it. So initiative, you are going to take first turn, which means you pass the initiative token.
Yep. So red kappa is our initiative token. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pass it to Tony, so next turn he can decide. But things are in the heat of battle at the moment, and I want to be able to go first because I want to try to take out this Oni. Before we do anything else, though, inspiration. So we are still all generating our full inspiration because neither one of us has lost any models yet. That's going to change soon. And we are going to pile some stuff on. My spellcaster is silenced, so I'm not going to give him any inspiration because he's not going to be able to do a lot this turn. So I'm going to give 2 to Ya, 2 to the Broga, 1 to my Bard, none to my silent spellcaster who's on the bridge and really far away from everything.
Okay, I am going to pay 2 inspiration to keep my phase in Yin.
Oh, okay.
So that when a yokai is destroyed, you take damage.
Oh, all right. That sounds terrible.
Actually, you know what? Instead of that, we're going to make it even more fun. I'm going to activate my Yin Yang round.
Uh-oh. So you get just both yin and yang.
I get both Yin and Yang.
Okay.
So the way the rules state it, which I don't know if it's a typo or if it's not, Bloodfields, help me out here. In regular Yin, when a yokai is destroyed, all other units in 3 inches receive 1 damage.
All of it. Does it
That's
say
what
all
it says.
other?
That's what it says. But during Yin Yang, when a yokai is destroyed, all enemies in 3 inches receive 1 damage, and all allies in 3 inches restore 1 HP.
That's probably not a typo. It's probably because the ultimate, like your line bonus, if you have like a once per ultimate thing, the orc one's really good too. I could change a result to a charge to an automatic 6. So it probably is that way.
I'm wondering if that wording, all enemies, is supposed to apply back to regular Yin.
Probably not, because it's probably a downside that they have half the time of. My guess is that's the way they want to have it. Might be a typo, but I'm guessing during your ultimate it just makes it so that way you have no downside, but the rest of the time you kind of have to play it careful.
Yep. So that means I'm going to distribute my full 6. So I'm going to pop 2 over to you, pop 2 over to you.
Got to say that Oni wants to try to survive.
Give 2 to the Oni.
Okay. All right. So we've got inspiration divvied up, and I am going to start with Ya. Because Ya is my big hitter, melee mastery of 5. He can re-roll once any of his melee or defense rolls. which I forgot about last time when I rolled defense. I should have done that, but now I will remember, maybe. Ya is going to activate. He is perfectly happy where he is at the moment, so he is going to attack the Oni. It's within enemies within 2, which we determine she is within 2 because she hit him with the bubble attack. He gets +1 die, so he'll get +1 +2 to his 3 that he normally has. So I'll be 5 dice total. I will just...
Lucky for you, I have 5.
You have 5?
I have 5 exactly. Make sure I got all 5 here.
Okay. That's 6, Tony.
Oh no. Which one did I not mean to give you?
I don't know. Let's see, this one. That's a
Thank
defense die. Okay, so 5 dice. Basically 50-50 chance of just hitting normally because of his melee mastery 5, all those swords. Mastery sides turn to hits already, and I can reroll everything once before even inspiration. So
Reroll everything once?
yeah. So he may reroll any number of dice in his every attack and defense. So we've got 1, 2, 3 hits and an inspiration and a blank. We're going to reroll the inspiration and the blank at the moment. And it's a hit and an inspiration. Just to make sure, we're going to spend the inspire to make it 5 total hits. So 5 hits at 1 damage each. Nothing special beyond that.
So 5 hits?
Yep.
Okay, I've got 4 dice here, so we'll roll 4
And then
count.
roll another. Okay.
No armor.
No armor, so armor sides don't do anything. I see a deflect, an inspiration, and an armor.
So the armor does nothing.
The armor does nothing.
The deflects.
The
do stuff.
deflects.
And so
The
here's
inspiration can do something.
the inspiration can do something. I'm going to re-roll this meaningless armor.
Okay. So got 1 hit, got 2 hits.
2 hits, which I can't do anything about.
Which means he'll be gone.
Those 2 hits mean that I will die no matter what. So
Okay.
I'm not going to spend his inspiration. But, all right, so the Oni is out.
And then my guys, each of these guys in here, Broga and Ya, both take a damage, correct?
And every one of mine will heal 1 damage.
1 damage. Okay. Because you popped basically your ultimate, your yin yang.
And I've also got black blood on that Oni.
Uh-oh, what's that do?
During Yin, which is
happening.
When an ally in 6 inches is destroyed, all enemies in 3 inches from that ally lose 1 inspiration. So he is an ally to himself.
Okay.
And so both of those guys will lose an inspiration.
We'll lose an inspiration. Okay. All right. Second action with Ya is we are going to do a charge because I haven't done a charge yet, and I still have a second action. How many hit points does your Koi Rider have?
Hori Mizu has 5 hit points.
5 hit points. I don't know if I can take out 5. But I probably can take out the other one. So what I am going to do, I've got a clear charge here. Yeah, my base should be able to fit through that. I just need to not roll double ones. I'm going to try charging your spirit over here. Well, but she can only be damaged by magic attacks, right?
It is Yin, so I can only be damaged by magic attacks.
So never mind. You know what we're doing? We're attacking your Koi Rider. With same result, just not double ones because I'm close enough. So not double ones. We charge in, and we'll do an attack. Within 2 inches, we've got 2 of your guys within 2 inches if we charge in like that, which means I'll be 5 dice again. I've got no inspiration this time, but I do have my rerolls. So I have got 1, 2, 3 hits and 2 blanks because those are 2 masteries and a skull. The 2 blanks will get rerolled because of his ability, which are inspiration, which do nothing. So 3 hits.
3 hits. Hori Mizu has 0 armor. She does have 2 inspiration tokens.
Yep.
And so how much damage do you do per hit?
It's 1 damage per hit.
Okay, I will spend 1 inspiration.
To make it so you only take 2 damage?
Yep.
Okay.
So 2 damage on Hori Mizu.
And that is Ya's go, which I'm very pleased with Ya this turn. Took out 1 person, charged another. It would have been a lot better if you didn't have your yin yang ability, but that's how it goes. And Tony, your go.
Thank you. I'm looking at Otahime here, seeing if I want to do something. What is the arcane mastery of your bard?
Of my bard, his arcane mastery is 0. because he's not a mage.
And what is your mage's arcane mastery?
It is a 4.
Say 4. Okay. I don't think I could get there. You're with an 8. So I could move and I could cast some spells here. So I think that's what Tahime is going to do. Tahime is going to move 4 inches.
Okay.
Going to go here.
Cast you a spell.
Cast some spells.
Magic action!
So I've got 3 nifty spells. I could just do some damage here with Concentrated Fear. Or I could do a Haunted Passage, jump, move, and give weakness to people I move over.
Okay. I mean,
Or I could Sorrow Transfer and exchange all of my damage tokens with somebody.
that doesn't seem like the best use at the moment. But
She only has 3 wounds total.
well, I mean, you only have 1 damage on you, so.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. To heal her up a little bit, but.
So I could just put some straight damage onto you. And then jumping 6 inches ain't going to do me much. It's just going to weaken them. So I think we're going to do Haunting or Concentrated Fear and then a Sorrow Transfer.
Okay.
So Concentrated Fear, range 12 inches during Yang attack or during Yin attack with +2 dice. So we're just going to start laying into you over here.
Okay. Over to Balduran, my shaman.
So 5 dice.
Pass your magic test first.
Yep, pass my magic testers. Need a 7, mastery of 4.
So 3 or better. Got it.
3. So 5 dice. 1 damage each.
Okay, 1 damage each. And it goes off your range mastery at the moment, correct?
It goes off of magic mastery because it's a magic attack.
Well, is it a ranged magic attack or? Because
I
that's
think all magic attacks go off of your magic mastery.
after you cast it, it goes off of your melee or range, depending on what it is.
Oh. Well, my range is 4.
Okay, so you
My
get
melee is 5.
so you get 1 automatic. So that's 1, 2, 3 hits.
And I've got no inspiration.
No inspiration, so 3 hits. And do I have armor? I don't have any. He's got 1 armor. So up to 1 armor value and then deflex. So an armor and a deflect. So I take 1 damage because I can't use the second armor value because I only have an armor of 1. So he takes 1 damage.
And then I'm going to Sorrow Transfer.
Okay.
So we're going to see if we can get this off. I need a 4 or better.
4 or better. Yes.
It's a 5. So I'm going to waboosh.
To him? Okay. So he got 2 damage. He's got 3 hit points left on him, basically. And that's her go.
That is Otahime.
All right. I think we're going. Oh, the question is, Bard's there, and he's got a magic weapon, so that's tempting. But she's already activated, so I think we go for Koi Lady, who my base should be able to get through there. I think to charge. So we're going to do a charge on her with Broga.
Can you fit in between that building and all
That's
that jazz?
what we need to see. Yes. Yes, it will. Because without the roof.
Okay. So it's an automatic, and you just need to not roll 2 ones.
Not double ones. Close.
Oh, that was so close.
But not there. So charge it in with Broga. He's got 1 inspiration. What we're going to do is, I should have done increase his melee mastery, but I forgot about that. So we're going to do a Devour attack. On damage, restore 1 hit point. He's got 3 dice at 2 damage each, which I don't know why I'm grabbing those because we got attack dice. All right, his melee mastery is only 3, so only 6s hit because I didn't buff him. He has a buff. I should have frenzied him, but that's all right. That's a mastery. Those are 2 inspiration. We'll spend this to do 2 hits. So 2 hits at 2 damage each.
No armor on Hori.
An inspiration and a deflect.
I will inspire that
Okay.
into no damage.
All right, and then we're going to do the same thing, devour again, because there's no reason I can't, and I don't have any smasher bonuses going, so I don't really care about smasher. So 3 again, once again, it's going to be the same thing, only 6s hit, because I don't have any more inspiration. Unless, he's got an inspiration. If I spend a smasher, ooh, that's tempting. I could smash it because I could spend his inspiration. He's within 8 inches on smash attacks. We're going to do that. We're going to do a smash attack instead, which is only 2 dice. But depending on what I roll, I could possibly spend his inspiration because he's within 8 inches. So, no, that's a double blank. So, that's it for Broga. Broga didn't do much. I made the mistake of not buffing Broga. I should have buffed him to give him 1 melee mastery before going in.
Yeah.
But oh well. That's Broga's go.
Let's see, your magic weapon. Can I see it?
Yep, it is on him right there. Runic sword, magic weapon. On damage, apply silence and steal 1 inspiration.
Okay.
It's 4 dice, 1 damage each.
So if I shush you, you're going to need to spend an inspiration to do that. Because it's one of your...
Well, it's not an ability, it's an attack.
It's an attack. Attacks aren't part of your abilities?
Nope.
Okay. Well, shushing you won't do much, I think.
I'd probably just shush my spellcaster again for another round.
I need to wait till you spend that shush.
Oh, that's true, because otherwise it'll go away. Yep. All right.
And it's okay. You can't target him while you're shushed. So Kappa's turns.
Well, I can't do much of anything with him where he is when shush, so yep.
So Kappa's are going to... See, she's holding that point. I'll be scoring that. So Kappa's will be charging. We got 2 charges.
Now, you said they
I'm
only
gonna
have
give
a
a
range
hard
attack,
charge.
right?
Oh yeah, they have range attack.
You don't want to
I
charge.
don't want to charge with them.
Because then you just have to use like the normal, just generic, horrible melee attack.
Yes, that is true. Oh my goodness. Okay,
So you could reposition them some if you want.
I think that is what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna do their 4-inch shiftings. Keep myself.
So that way you definitely got that in case something horrible happens.
Yeah, just 1 inch away. I can't put both of them on the bridge.
Yep.
And then they both have a range of 18 because it is yin yang. So yeah, they're both gonna lay into your
The shaman.
Your shaman
Because he doesn't have cover.
Yeah, no cover. You'll have cover from this guy. No, you're on top.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't think
things.
so because you don't. I doesn't actually cross. The line doesn't actually cross anything because I'm up. I'm elevated.
Yep. All right. So it's just 2 dice.
2 dice.
Doing 1 damage. That's
on
it.
A 6. Okay. An inspiration and a
Nothing.
blank, so nothing.
I rolled the wrong dice.
Nope. Okay. Reroll then.
I rolled shields.
Here.
This is what happens when you don't use ink dice. We apologize, ladies and gentlemen. We're professionals, after all. All right, first attack is
2 inspiration.
2 inspirations, nothing. Second attack is
From the other Oni?
yeah, they're Kappa.
From the other Kappa?
Oni's dead. Is nothing.
Nothing again. Well, the Kappa are starting to fall below average, but... and that's it for you, right? Mm-hmm. We are definitely going with Bard now. Because he's not going to do much besides just reposition. So Bard is going to do a charge. It'll have to be...
It'll have to be
a hard charge. Well, I'm in the river also, so... so basically not double 1 still. I see that first one pop up.
But a hard charge is 1 is a failure.
Oh,
you take the lower.
1 is a failure? Okay. Then yeah, I guess it's a failure. So it's, you take the lowest one, and a 1 is always a failure?
Yep,
Or
so
double
see what
one?
happens when you fail a charge.
Or is a double 1 always a failure?
So on a hard, a 1 is a failure.
Okay.
On a regular, a double 1 is.
Move, action, charge, action. Choose what you want to charge. Hard charge. If Failed charge. Move the charging unit in a straight line towards the charged unit by number of inches indicated by the lowest result of the dice. But the charge action once per turn limit is used. Okay, so I could still move 1 inch towards you. So we move 1 inch towards you. I could move up again.
Right. While you do that, I'm going to double check.
Yep. So let's see. Is there anything that useful that he could? I should have just moved normally and then attacked you instead of going for the charge. But oh well.
Yep.
What we're going to do is we're going to
So thank the hard charge.
do his free ability to move an inspiration to over here, because he's not going to really need it much. And he's just going to do a move to here to end up within melee of you, but he won't be able to attack.
Okay.
Because that was my second action.
Otahime's turn.
Yep.
All right, cool. Otahime is going to do some spell casting.
Okay.
So we're going to try to get that bubble beam going.
Got
Bubble beam
it.
goes off. All right, so 3 dice, 2 damage.
3 dice, 2 damage each. So inspiration, mastery, and it's considered a melee, which you're mastery 5, right?
Her arcane mastery is 5.
But her melee mastery is 3.
Yeah, so
nothing, because she has no inspiration. Who was that? Did we do
Yeah.
the same orders last time?
Yeah, same order. So yellow.
Okay, and then Albroga.
That's one hit.
Broga will roll defense. I need a deflect because I have no armor on him. And I don't think I'm going to spend the inspiration. It's 2 damage. Yeah, we probably won't spend the inspiration on that. Doesn't matter. It's a blank. So 2 more damage on Broga. He's got 2 hit points left. And that was under the threshold to get an extra inspiration.
All right, we're going to see if we can call the waves. Don't think anyone is out of the tsunami.
I don't think so, because I'm just
right.
on top of stuff and not inside of any. Oh, you got it.
Tsunami goes off. All right.
So what does this do again?
Critical strike. So a hit is automatic damage.
Okay.
And everyone is 1 die, 1 damage.
1 die, 1 damage. Okay, and it doesn't say ranged, right? So it uses
Range is 48 inches.
Does it say ranged?
No, it says just,
Within
it's range 48 inches.
Okay, so it'd be go up from, but her melee and other mastery are the same. So okay, so basically a crit is the only thing that does anything because you don't have the inspiration on you.
Yeah,
you got everybody within
it's
48.
It's 2 feet away.
2 feet away.
2 feet away.
48 inches. You don't know 48 inches.
2 feet is 24 inches.
Uh-huh. You see, I don't have a court order, so it's up to you to maintain that.
I think everyone's in range.
Yeah. Well, you said 48 inches, right?
I did say 48 inches.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, why are you measuring only 2 feet, Tony? I don't understand.
I think everyone's in range.
Yeah, everybody's within range.
It's just, okay.
Some of your audience members are probably within range. All right. Just point and roll.
Start this way, go that way.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Inspiration. We're looking for skulls. Nothing. Bard. Nothing.
That's...
Crit hit. So how much?
It's just straight damage. 1 damage.
1 damage. So he's got 2 left. So pretty sweet spell if you're going against a flood of stuff. Fun otherwise, but not the most effective.
Unless I give her a school, that's her only 2 spells, is a bubble beam and a tsunami.
Yeah, and that's what happens sometimes. That's the same with my caster. I just got 2 spells on him.
Second action is a parasol pierce. On damage, I can apply damage over time and fly 4 inches, leaving combat.
Okay.
All right, so 3 dice, doing 1 damage each.
3 dice, 1 damage each. Who are you attacking with it?
I want to try and kill Brugge.
Got him with Brugge.
Brugge. 3 dice.
3 dice. All right, and it's melee mastery, so 6s.
Something that we need to remember is Hori has +1 armor during Yang.
Yep, we need to remember that. We've forgotten a couple things.
We've forgotten a couple of things. She should have less damage, but don't matter.
One hit.
2 hits.
2 hits. 2 hits. Yeah, because that's a skull. 2 hits. So I've got 2 defensive rolls. Broga has no armor, so I'm looking for inspiration sides, and it's 1 damage each? 4 or 2 damage each?
1 damage each.
So I need to save at least one of these. Shield and nothing. I can't do anything about it. Poor Broga. He's gone.
All right, he's gone. And then I could apply damage over time, but you're gone.
Well,
you don't
I'm
have
gone.
any rerolls, right?
Not on Broga.
Not on Broga?
Nope.
All right, and then I can fly 4 inches.
Now, Broga's whole thing is he... you know what? I've been forgetting stuff on him, too. If he rolls deflects, he heals. So he might have healed at some point, but I don't know.
We're learning this game.
We're learning this game. Each model has a decent amount of rules on it. They're not difficult rules most of the time, but while you're learning it, you do miss some of them. So, but that's fine. We've missed some, I've missed some. We're both down our big guy.
Yep. All right, your last activation
is going to be this fellow.
My librarian is going to shush you. Do I have chat? I don't have it pulled up, but yes, I have chat. Ryan Sean too. Hey guys, big fan. Where did you get the battle systems terrain? Well, you can go to theguardtower.com and you too can find this battle terrain and many other types of terrains, as well as many other types of games that you can play. If you're in the Columbus, Ohio area, or you want to make the trip, you can also go to the Guard Tower. We have 2 locations.
All right, so my Shaman is my last guy I've got. Then your Tanuki is the last one you've got. I don't know, your Tanuki will probably tear me apart in combat, but my Shaman's not casting any spells. So what we're going to do is, I can't charge the Tanuki. So what we're going to do is we're just going to...
And he can't charge a Tanuki because he's silenced, and the Tanuki says he can't.
Tanuki has a special rule. So we're going to move to over here. I'll move all his tokens with him, keeping the silence on for now. We're going to go for... He doesn't have a magic weapon, but all I have to do is do the attack. Can you not take damage, or can I not attack you unless I have a magic weapon on her?
During Yin, Hariti receives 0 damage from non-magic attacks.
So I can't attack you. Okay, cool. I'm going to try a charge here, which is definitely a difficult charge. So no ones. Nope.
It's a ghost. You can't charge a ghost.
1 inch towards. Well, I was hoping because if he hits with his staff, he gets a blink 8 inches. So I was just going to completely reposition him back here.
I see. But so you go. So you moved and then you charged.
Yep, and I failed the charge.
And now your shush goes away.
So now shush goes away for now.
Tanuki's turn.
And yep, Tanuki's turn.
Tanuki's going to free spend an inspiration, and he's going to shush you.
Okay, so shushed again.
No magic. And then, well, actually, do I need to do that? I don't think I need to do that yet, because if I hit you with my silent blade, you're shushed.
Oh, well, there you go.
So let's take that back 1 second. So I'm going to charge you.
Okay.
And then I'm going to charge you in a regular charge because I can draw a point.
So that way you don't have to... So just don't roll your double ones. Nope. So you're charging just kind of like along here?
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. Tanuki charged in.
And then I have Silent Blade. Critical strike on damage, apply silence. After attack, move 4. I can leave combat.
Okay.
All right, so
on
this
a
is...
skull, you silence.
3 dice, 1 damage.
Okay. 3 dice, 1 damage each.
That is 2 skulls.
2 skulls. So that's...
And an inspiration, so...
And he's got critical strike?
He's got critical strike.
I'm dead.
That's it. He's
I'm
dead.
dead. I can't save against those 2 critical strikes. I only had 2 left.
Then he's going to move... Wow. Okay, that went much better than I wanted. What fun abilities does your bard have? Because I might just shush you now.
He transfers inspiration. Is the biggest thing he does. Transfer any number of inspiration up to 2 allies. Another target ally within 8 inches gains a smash attack. And he also grants a smash attack. Normally it's 1 inspiration for that, so if you shushed him, it'd be 2. 1, and it'd be 1 for the other one that transfers.
Okay, I'm going to spend both of mine to shush
my
both
last 2
of
guys.
yours.
Okay.
So my librarian... And then, so that was free action.
Yep.
My regular action will be Raccoon Stars. Range 8, I can attack 3 times.
You've got him. He is.
Yeah, we'll give it to you. All right, so we'll attack you thrice.
Okay.
1 die, 1 damage.
Okay.
1 die, 1 damage.
You could do it 3 times? Mm-hmm. Is there any reason not to roll 3 dice?
I could split it up if I wanted, so
Okay.
to different people. So I'll just do 3 die, 1 damage each.
Okay.
Mastery is
4.
3. Oh, 4
4
for range. So 1 hit.
So 1 hit.
1 hit.
One
I have
hit.
an inspiration, but I'm not going to spend it.
I have 1 armor, so either a deflect or an armor. An armor. And that hung on that for a while.
Think.
So it dinks off.
Alrighty.
And that's round 2, right?
That is round 2. I control.
1.
He should have moved because after I Silent Blade after attack, move 4 inches. I forgot to do that real quick. He just moves
you're
right
knocking
there.
stuff off, Tony. So you got 2.
I got 2.
Okay. All right, so next round, so it's 2-0.
Or actually, we'll just put him right in the boat.
In the boat. Okay, I'm fine with that. All right, it's your decision.
It's my decision. I think I make you go.
Okay, I'm
So
gonna go first.
I will keep the Koopa Bro, the Koopa
All
Kappa.
right, so inspiration, I get 3 inspiration because I'm down 2 guys.
I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inspiration.
We'll go like that.
So you can't charge me. There's not much you can do there.
Can't charge, but are you within an inch already? You are within an inch already.
Oh, okay. So we'll give that. We'll give that. Give you. You. You.
All right, we're going to start with my bard. Oh, actually, are you yin or yang this turn?
It now flips to Yang.
What does that do? What does yang do now?
So Yang is, of course, all my Yang abilities. And then Yang is if a yokai is destroyed, all their units in 3 inches restore an HP.
Okay, so they'll heal. Yeah, we're gonna go with bard first. So now she could, well, he's got a magical weapon anyway, but she could be damaged by anything, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, we are going to go with my bard who has 2 inspiration on him. And he is going to go ahead and runic sword the Tanuki. So it's 4 dice, and on damage, I will steal an inspiration.
Ooh.
So I'm going to go against the Tanuki because you got 2, because on her you would just spend it to, you spend 1, I still get to steal the other one. It's going to be 1 damage each. Yeah, that's really it. Got a smash, got a runic sword, magical weapon. Yeah, I'm just going with that. And it silences also if I damage. Silence and steal 1 inspiration. So here we go. He's got a melee mastery of 4, so 1 mastery side will automatically flip. So I've got 1, 2 hits. I'm going to spend an inspiration to make 4 hits.
All right, 4 hits. Tanuki, well, might as well spend that inspiration.
Let's see what you roll first.
Yeah. No armor.
Okay, so no armor, so it's straight deflex at the moment.
That is 3
Oh, yeah, you're spending that inspiration.
I'm going to spend that to get 3 blocks. 1 goes through.
And I steal the other inspiration, and you are silenced. How's it feel, Tanuki? Now you have to pay 2 for each of your shushes.
Your silence goes away. Well, I had
At the end.
that was right. You have 1 more.
Yep, I haven't used any abilities, so. All right, so I've got 1 more action. Tanuki is less dangerous now, but he has no inspiration. So, and if I attack her, she will. We're going to go for the Tanuki again. How many hit points does he have? 3?
3.
Yeah, we're going to go for him again. Same thing, because my runic sword attack has more dice than my smash attack, because I don't have any smash bonuses going at the moment. So we've got 1 hit, and sure, let's spend an inspiration to make it 2 hits.
Alrighty. 2 damage goes through. Tanuki down.
Tanuki down! All right, I'm feeling better about that now. and my silence goes away, and I've got 1 inspiration left on me because of the one I stole. And that is my bards go. He sung you a lovely song that made you cry to death in a boat. Now it just became serious, didn't it?
Horimizu has 1 armor, so we're going to go with her. I'm going to spend 1 inspiration to fly through water.
Okay.
So I'm going to put myself within 2 inches of you here.
So that way you can bubble.
Yep, so I'm 2 inches away from you, so you have to charge me, but I can bubble you.
Okay.
Make sure, and
So the ability they just use is one of those ones I was talking about earlier,
so
where
that is actually 1 inch. So we'll go.
where to show her movement, her being higher movement, she has an ability that lets her move like that. And the silence is on me, yes. And yeah.
All right, so that was free because I had to spend. It was a lightning action.
Okay. So
It
it
was
was a
swim through the air.
doesn't cost an action, but cost you an inspiration.
Yep. Actually, we will have swam right up
So
into
that way you
melee.
can do something.
Parasol pierce,
Parasol pierce. So that way, instead of,
and then I can move after I parasol pierce.
is it immediately after or if you
On
damage?
damage, apply DOT and fly 4 inches.
Nope, that seems good. All right, so you got 2 actions because your move, that fly was a free.
Yes. 3 dice.
Doing for parasol?
1 damage. Yes. Parasol pierce. 3 dice, 1 damage. I will spend those inspirations, so 2 hits.
2 hits? All right, I've got 2 defense rolls, and I can re-roll defense rolls once, and I've got an inspiration on me. Because I could re-roll dice on my every attack and defense. So let's see, I have 1 armor value, so I need an armor and a deflect to prevent everything. A deflect and an inspiration, we might as well. Do I want to re-roll this, or do I want to just keep it and inspire it?
You could save it to do something fun on your turn.
How much, is it 1 damage each?
1 damage each.
But you don't get your free move, and I don't take the dot if you don't damage me, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go ahead and spend it, just to guarantee, because I don't want to roll a blank.
Okay. So that goes through. Then we'll... So no damage. So no apply dot and fly 4 inches. So I'll just do some spell casting. We'll cast a bubble beam and a tsunami.
Okay, so bubble beam first, I'm assuming.
Just you.
Yep.
Bubble beam does not go off. 5, 6, 7, 8. I needed a 9. Bubble
Nope,
beam does not
Does
go
not go
off.
off. So tsunami, who has a possibility of hitting both my guys still, does not go off.
No spells.
Okay, that round just shifted things a bunch.
Yeah.
Okay, I was worried about spending my inspiration then, but it worked out because of the master rules. Now, could you have parasol and attack again if you wanted?
I could have.
Okay,
Oh well.
learning game. That's what happens. I have 1 option left. It's Ya. Ya's just going for the murder spree, I suppose.
I suppose.
I don't have any inspiration left. I'm already there. I get to re-roll attacks. No point in giving up a whole attack
For the sake of the fans, I'm going to rotate
to
her.
shift around any. So I only have her. So on my smash attack, I'll get 4 dice because I only have 1 enemy within. That's an attack dice. That's an attack dice. That's an attack dice. And do we have another one here? That's an attack dice. So I get 4 because it's 3 normally plus 1 for every enemy within 2 inches. And I'm a melee mastery 5, and I can re-roll all these once. So hit, re-roll these 2 because it's a blanket inspiration. And another hit, so 3 hits at 1 damage each. I've got some defense dice.
I've got +1 armor because we're in Yang.
Plus 1 armor.
So that's 1 armor. So prevent 1, take 2.
Take 2, so she's down to 1.
She's down to 1.
We're going to do it again. Why not? Because we'll get rid of her, because the only other thing is I'd have to disengage and do weird stuff, but I might as well just finish her off. So same thing. It's going to be another attack with re-rolls. 1, 2, and 2 blanks. 4 hits.
Good. Grief.
Yeah!
Deflect, armor, 2 more damage.
All right, so she's gone. Nobody damaged of yours within 3, so no healing. And silence is gone. And you just go ahead and go with your last 2 guys. Because I've taken out 2, but you haven't activated those 2 yet. All right.
So I am, let's see.
These
What
fields
can-
are bloodied.
What can Otohime do here? Yeah, I can, okay. Spellcasting here.
Okay.
Concentrated fear. So let's see, I need a 7. So 3 up.
3 up. Got it.
All right, so this is a 3 dice attack, doing 1 damage.
So on Ya, I take it.
Yes, on Ya.
Because my bard has no damage on him and also has inspiration.
3 dice, 1 damage.
3 dice, 1 damage. You have an inspiration.
Yeah, we'll spend that inspiration. So 3 hits.
3 hits?
3 hits.
So 3 defense rolls. I need, yes. You know what? Next
We'll
time.
keep the defense in front of you.
Next time, if I still can't figure out how to ink, I'm just going to use different colors for both dice. But I've got white dice, which I think will ink better than these ones. All right, so 3 defense rolls. I can reroll them once. I have 1 armor, so I need an armor and deflects. He's got 5, so if I take 2 damage, I'm down. So there's an armor, rerolls, a deflect. So I take 1 damage. So I am down to 1.
And then, so that was her inspiration.
Yep.
Haunting Passage, jump 6 inches, I can leave combat, apply weakness to all enemies I jump over. So I'm going to jump over you.
And weakness?
Yep.
Which I don't have any idea what weakness does, do you? But that looks like some weakness right there.
Weakness, unit has -2 melee, -2 range, and -2 magic.
Oh, okay. So basically, only 6 is to hit on everything except for inspiration.
Hold on, did I actually do this? Haunting
Oh,
Passage.
okay. We got to check and
3
see.
up. Cocked.
Cocked. Yes, you did.
Okay, I
Cool.
did do that.
You did do it. So you moved. Okay, so you've got another action still. Because those are both part of your magic action.
That is a wonderful thing to know. I probably should have jumped and stayed within, well no, I can't jump and be in melee. So second action will just
Probably stay there so that way I don't get the point or reposition around the boat somehow.
yeah, I'm just gonna stay there. I'm gonna be about as far as I can, so I'll be 1 inch away.
Okay, cool. I've got nobody to activate, so it's Kappa's. You want to see if they finally get their hit and kill?
So they're gonna use both of their actions each to fire arrows into him.
Okay.
So we're gonna condense this all into 1. So 4 dice.
4 dice.
6 dice.
4 dice for each Kappa, right?
Yeah, 4 dice for each Kappa.
So just roll each Kappa.
So Hammer Bro is green.
Hammer Bros green, so skulls is what you need.
Skulls is what I need.
Okay. Oh, wait.
There's a skull.
You know what? I just realized the downside of this. My defense rolls, I can only have 1 armor save.
Ah. Well.
Per an attack.
Well.
That's 1 hit, right?
That's 1 hit.
Okay, so this one, it doesn't matter much. I need a deflect or an armor, but otherwise it matters because if you roll a hit and I roll an armor.
Yep.
Nothing. Let's re-roll that. Come on, armor or deflect. Armor. Okay, he's fine with that one.
Second. So first shot from Ice Bro.
Yep. Nothing.
Second shot from Ice Bro.
Nothing. All right. That's round 3. Round 3, you get a 3rd victory point.
Yes.
Because this one is contested. We got that one. So really, I've got to wipe you off the board to win at this point, I think. Because you're up 3. Mm-hmm. We still have time. We still have models. So we're going to keep on going.
Okay.
You get to decide. You want to go first or second after we take care of all of our inspiration and stuff. I'm
going to go first.
Okay.
So I'm going to hand you the Koopa.
Okay, I've got 3 inspiration, and you've got 3.
Inspiration.
I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So I'm up first.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go with the Koopa Brothers.
The Koopa Brothers!
And we're going to try and take out you.
Yeah! It's yeah!
First attack is...
You could spend the inspiration.
I might as well.
Okay, so one hit.
One hit.
Armor on first roll. Nothing. Oh no,
One
skull.
hit.
Skull. I'm going to spend that inspiration just the
Okay, second Koopa.
second Koopa. Now he's got an inspiration, which
I'm
yeah.
going to 2 hits inspirationed.
All right. So deflex up to 1 armor. We re-roll this. That's my 1 armor. And I take my damage because I can only, which puts Ya down. He went through murdering a bunch of stuff, but then the Kappa waves of arrows eventually got him. So you got one
more
move.
shot.
You got one more shot. Yep. Now nope, no cover on that one because of the angle.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. So it's my go. Oh, this is tough. I think I tried to take out her, but then I don't think I'm ever going to get to the Kappas. But we're going to see what we can do. We're going to go for her. I've learned my lesson about the charging. I'm just going to do a move to the boat. And then attack her, I guess. I'm weakened. So basically only skulls, and then if I spend the inspiration, do anything.
Can we switch to the other camera? Thank you.
There we go. So I just moved into the boat because my charging has not been doing very good. So she's within an inch of the boat. So from where I am, I'm within an inch of her. And I'm going to do his magic sword, his runic sword attack, which is 4 dice.
Which
We haven't been keeping the...
I am back in yin, so thank goodness it's magic.
Yep. So attack, 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 and attack. All right. So I'm weakened, which means I need skulls to hit because my mastery is so low now.
Mm-hmm.
But I have an inspiration on me.
1 skull.
We're going to go ahead and spend that inspiration. So 2 hits.
2 hits. Okay. Blocks. 1 damage each.
Yep, 1 damage each, but you will be silenced on damage.
2 armors. So
no armor?
No. None of that. So 2 damage and I'm silenced.
And you're silenced, and I steal the inspiration.
Well, thank goodness you're silenced because I was just going to transfer that right back to you.
And that's my go. Weakness goes away.
All right. So Orihime cannot cast any spells. That's fun.
Now you know how it feels. My shaman, who's my favorite.
We're just gonna drain your magic, I guess.
All right, what is that?
That's all she can do is 1 die, 1 damage, armor penetration. You don't have arcane mastery, correct?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, so it only does. It's really awesome against spellcasters, but
Plus X die where X is.
ooh, yeah. So it is okay.
All right. So I don't know why I'm even doing this. Get some damage on you.
Get some damage on because we're rearing the end of the game.
Melee mastery is 5, so yeah, that hits.
That hits. So a defense roll. No armor, correct?
Armor penetration.
So
No armor.
no armor. So I need a deflect. Nope. That is nothing. So I take 1 damage. I've got, this is the first damage he's taken, so he's got 4 left.
Second time.
Second time.
That is an inspiration.
Nope. Okay. But then your silence goes away. And we are on, you get another one, final round.
4 points. And you can't.
And there's no way I can come back because I can't get him over here to kill the 2 of them. I can kill her. I have no doubts that I can kill her. But I will never be able to get over this way and kill them before the end of this next and final round.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Bloodfields. As you saw, it got really bloody. We made some mistakes. There might have been there were some things that would have gone differently over in this pile, but I have a feeling it would have played out really similarly because we both forgot lots of things over here. Little things, not anything too major, like an armor value,
Yeah.
a bonus, rerolls, but everybody still did pretty much what they do.
Yep.
Tanuki is on the top of my look out for list. I think he was.
This boy.
I will say, I think
This boy.
I think he's your MVP.
I now love Tanuki. I'm going to spend some more time on his model. He is going to get a little bit of a glow up.
Yeah, I would say he's your MVP because he kept my shaman from doing almost anything after that first round.
I think you were very wise to target Oni right off the bat.
Yeah.
Because Oni has potential to be disastrous.
Well, I also figured if I caved in your Oni, if I get either of these two melee guys into combat, you're going to have trouble with them because nobody else is really good at melee on your side. So I was hoping to cave in the side, which I did, but I took a little too much damage doing it.
You did, yeah.
So
I was not expecting her to live at all.
if I would have rolled a not one on one of my charges.
Yeah, not one, but
But no, the transferring 1 damage worked out for you because otherwise she would have been dead.
she would have been dead. So my little whaley ghost, she did good. I had fun painting her. I did some wet blending, which is why you have a nice transition between colors on all of that. So she was fun to paint.
All right, Tony, thoughts on Bloodfields? This is your first game.
It's good. I like
it?
Bloodfields. I like skirmishes. I really love the flavor of this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing in particular. There might be some lore to it, but to me the lore is you have your army, and your army's going against our army.
Yeah, I honestly don't know if there's really much lore to this game or not. I haven't looked into much. I just really like the mechanics.
I like games where I can play what I like, and this lets me play what I like, and it's not very complicated.
Yeah, no, the basics of it are really simple. It's really easy to pick up and go with. But there's enough uniqueness to the different characters that even if you're running an army that doesn't have a bunch of characters, the orcs only have about 9 different models. So not a bunch of different choices. The yokai have like 15 or something. But even with that, with just the different abilities, unique abilities that all the character have, it really makes it
And
replayable. Yeah.
And each army has their own, like, I call it their showpiece piece.
Oh, yeah.
So, for example, mine is a giant, you can actually just show it right against my shirt here, is a giant phoenix.
Here, just
It's a
so they
phoenix
get an
rider.
idea of how big it is. Broga in the Phoenix.
Tanuki and the phoenix.
See, Broga is definitely the largest orc model. The Phoenix, you can see, is pretty massive.
Yeah, so that's my centerpiece. I don't know what your centerpiece is. It might be Broga.
The orcs, I would say the orcs don't really have a big centerpiece. All of the orc models just have a nice feel to them. I mean, we've got Broga, who's a beast. We've got the Bard, who, if you like to paint them up, if you're a really good painter, he's got a drum in one hand. He's actually pretty well armored. He looks unique. They all look, the Ya and the orc grunts look pretty standard orcish.
Yeah.
But when you get beyond them, you start getting some just unique, fun-looking models. I love their shaman a lot because he's got
I love his cloak.
he's got a great action pose going on. And when you look at them, there's a lot of detail on them. So the orcs are
absolutely.
just, if you like orcs, we've got your orcs. No big change on them. They do orc things. If you've played orcs in other games, you're going to come in and you're going to know how they work, basically.
Yeah.
With a few missed things like I did.
Gameplay-wise, things happen quick. I know we took 2 hours to do a demo game, but that's because we're explaining everything as we're going. In essence, you activate a unit and you do 2 things, and then you move on.
Yep.
And it's fairly intuitive. The rules, like as with all skirmish games, you have to keep your encyclopedic knowledge of how the different movements and all that stuff work. But if you're just playing Bloodfields, it's pretty intuitive.
Yeah. I can't say it enough. I love the system. I just love the fact that it doesn't get too complicated with the individual models, but they're unique. I've said it, this is probably the 8th time. Love it. The simplicity of the game itself, love it. I really like the magic system also. I like the fact that for one action you get to cast up to 2 spells. So it doesn't make it feel as bad most of the time it doesn't make.
And there's a nice counter to the magic system too.
Yep, silent stuff. But also, the one feel bad in some games is when you have a magic system where you've got an awesome spell that you're like, my turn is trying to cast this awesome spell. And it requires a ridiculous roll of like maybe a 5 or 6 on 1 dice, which some of the spells in this game require that. But
Tsunami did.
Yeah, but you're like, failed it, failed it. The magic system, this one lets you do 2 spells. You could be like, I could try my awesome spell. If it doesn't work, I can then do my easier spell. So I feel like it wasn't a wasted action.
And we said this at the beginning, but your spellcasters can also, for extra points, add an entire school. So it's not just the spells listed on their cards. You get access to a list of like 5 or 6 other spells you could do instead.
They're generally not as powerful, but they're utility spells most of the time, which can, once again, help with the uniqueness of it. And adding a School of Magic, we played 150 points today. And actually, I could have added a School of Magic because I came in at like 140 some points. A School of Magic's only 5 points to add.
Depending on them. One of them is like 9.
Oh, was one of them 9? Okay,
Grace is 9,
they've updated them recently, so I haven't looked at them since they updated. But there's also items you could add. So if you end up with a few points left over, you could do items, which are like potions and stuff to add little buffs and everything. So there's a pretty decent amount of customization and point filling that you could do also.
The community, at least online and in Poland, is pretty active, and this game receives regular attention, it looks like, from the developers.
And Titan Forge tries to do stuff with the states. They come to the big conventions. If you ever go to Gen Con and you don't have access to a 3D printer or anything, they sell their starters at Gen Con really cheap. That's actually why I first picked up this game. The models are fantastic, and I got all the orcs. Mine, I think Brogo was maybe $5 extra, but
Nice.
I got the rest of the orcs, which
$5 for a large miniature?
it was 5 or 10, something like that.
$10 for a large miniature?
But the rest of the orcs were $35. So it was 8 other orc models for $35.
Oh, yeah.
They were because as the game picks up, they might not do these big discounts, but they want people to play the game. It's normally a 3D printing game, but they recognize there's people who don't have access to that.
Yes.
So they're trying to make it affordable for other people, because that's kind of one of their big things is you're competing in a Games Workshop world. If you charge too high price, people are going to play the game that they know they can find the players for.
Exactly.
So if you want to introduce a new game, you do something that's convenient for them. 3D printing yourself, like what we saw with this and Godscar, or just a really affordable entry, which they also do at conventions when they're there. Yeah. So, real quick,
Yaks?
before we talk about anything else, actually, yes, do Yaks real quick.
We need to yak it.
Yak.
My demo yak for this game, with room to change as I actually learn how to play the game, we're starting strong with 4 yaks.
Okay, that's good.
4 yaks out of 5.
4 yaks out of 5. 4.5 for me. I really love this game.
Got that half yak.
Yeah, I really love Warcry. Warcry is kind of my standard that I measure other skirmish games against, because Warcry is a really another game that's easy to get into and has lots of choices also.
Speaking of, next week's
another Warcry week.
Warcry week.
You're going Skinks still, right?
I'm bringing in Keeksy Taka.
Keeksy Taka, but still Skinks, right?
Yes.
I'm bringing Fire Slayers, which I've already got painted up.
There we go.
I know, I painted them up last week thinking we were doing Warcry this week, and then realized after I was in Vegas for a week that Bloodfields. Yeah.
So you mentioned a giveaway.
So the way we're going to do the giveaway, and we're going to put this into the comments. I'll also comment on the YouTube channel because that's what will be. But you will want to find our YouTube channel, Guardtower Games.
Guardtower Games.
Starting Thursday the 19th at about 4 p.m. Eastern is normally when we post it. Depends on if we have any hiccups or not with
whenever the
downloading
video
stuff.
goes live.
But whenever it goes live, you will have 2 weeks from that video to just like, subscribe, and comment. What I would like you to do in the comment is just tell me what Bloodfields faction. Oh, okay, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Shh.
You gotta tell people to be quiet.
You gotta shh. But then, in addition to the shh, just so people just hopping on don't think it's some sort of super weird thing. It is a weird thing, but we like it. Is also let me know what your favorite looking faction is. This was going to make you look at the factions of Bloodfields, or name one of these 2 if you don't want to. Because what we're going to do is the winner, after 2 weeks, I'm going to communicate with you personally because I'm the one with the 3D printers, and we're going to figure out what 2 factions you want. Now, I don't have every single one available to me, unless Titan Forge wants to work out a deal with me. But I have a pretty good selection of personal STLs I got from them, and Titan Forge already gave us the okay for giveaways. Once again, sorry, this is only for the United States because of shipping cost, but thank you, anybody, anywhere who has watched this, and I love the community so far. I'm on the Discord, and you guys have been great, everybody that's on the Discord.
Yeah, I know that I want to continue this game so much. I want to not only complete my yokai army, but I've got my eyes on some other ones. Swamp Folk, looking at you. But it is that time of the night.
It's
It's time to say goodbye.
It's time to say goodbye. Bloodfields will be back in some form at a later day, if not on this show, then as a battle report when we kick those up. But next week, Warcry, we're starting a campaign, Fire Slayers versus Skinks.
Rainbow Skinks coming back at you.
And that will be next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. But for tonight, this is Jolly.
And I'm Tony.
And this is Table Ready. So you have a great one.